Hi everyone, it's Laura here at Lilybrook. And today guys, I'm so excited because it's finally time to plant up the first gardening room of the Labyrinth. This project has been a couple years in the making to build the structure itself. And so to get to this point where we can finally plant the vines on the walls and plant the flowers in the beds, it's just really exciting to see it finally start to come together. Guys, I appreciate you spending some time with me on this channel today, and please hit that subscribe button so we can be gardening friends. Guys, I have so many beautiful plants to put in this bed, so let me show you everything that I picked up. So first thing I want to tell you guys though is that we've done some other videos on the Labyrinth, and if you haven't checked them out yet, I would highly recommend it because it shows you a walkthrough of the space and what our plans are for it. And I just created a video too to show us making this Alice in Wonderland walkway, which I'm totally in love with. We just seeded it with grass, so we're waiting for that to grow up. But I know when it's all filled in with grass in between these stones, it's going to be so magical. I'm really excited about that. When you walk into the Labyrinth, you can go straight and either turn left or right, or you can make a stop at this first gardening room, which is the one we are planting up today. You can see that outside the Labyrinth, my son's playset is there. So we want to create a wall of green. Actually, we're going to create a wall of green and other various climbing plants on all these walls eventually. Gosh, it would be great to have it all planted up by the end of this summer. I would love that. But we want to create this being its own separate space from outside the Labyrinth. And the other day I planted up two very beautiful clematis. You can see I have a lot more things I need to plant in here for climbers, and I ordered those, so they're on their way. So check back on the channel. I'll be planting those soon enough. But I wanted to explain to you a little bit about the light situation in here, because I had to be really wise about what I planted. Today it's overcast, so it's kind of hard to see on the video, but this is full sun. This front curved bed is full sun. And then when you get to the corner here, that's when it starts like part sun and then shade. So, you know, I got a variety of different plants, both full sun, part sun, and shade, so that all of them would be happy and wouldn't get stressed out. So one of my absolute favorite plants for part shade is the hydrangea. And I have a specific kind that I love to plant in my garden, and they are so prolific. They bloom all summer long. I have them outside the Labyrinth and I love them. So these were my pick for the first garden bed. The type I always get is the Endless Summer. And the first kind I got was the Summer Crush. You guys can see this gorgeous pink color. And this hydrangea reblooms and reblooms and reblooms. I have this along my porch and it has done so well. I keep adding these in other parts of my garden because they're just lovely to look at, and you know, they're pretty low maintenance as well. So I got two of those. I got the pink one, and let me see the other one. Oh, okay, I got two of the pink ones. For some reason I was thinking I got a blue one. So I have blue ones in the other parts of my gardens outside of the Labyrinth, but this will be beautiful because I don't have a lot of pink in my garden, which is probably why I chose to do that. So let's go over here. Oh, I got some beautiful phlox, and you'll notice that I did get quite a few perennials because obviously when you start building your gardens, it's more cost effective to have perennials in it that will come back every single year and then just fill in with the annuals. Next, I got lovely potentilla. I do not have this in my garden currently, which makes it even more appealing to me because I love trying out new plants. So this is a shrub, guys. This one's called Happy Face Hearts by Proven Winners. Let's see, how big does this get? It gets 1 to 2 feet tall and wide. Okay, so this one gets pretty big and it blooms in the summer. And I got 2 different colors of this because I just thought these were so beautiful. And I thought they'd be perfect for the sunny part of my gardens. Look at this color combination, guys. Isn't this so pretty? Just makes me so happy because it's just so bright and cheery. Check out these daisies. Aren't these gorgeous? And of course, I love my bubblegum supertunias. You guys need these in your garden. If you don't have them, they are so prolific. These are the bubblegum Vista, which I plant in several different places in my garden because they just spill over all over the walkways, which I love, down the stone walls, which I love. They're gorgeous and no deadheading required. And then I got some superbenias. This is the amethyst. Aren't these so beautiful? Oh my gosh, I could have bought the entire store out of these, I swear. I just loved these so much. I'm gonna get a close-up so you guys can see. So pretty, right? So, oops. So I got those, and then this is lantana. Gosh, that is so pretty. So I think that's gonna be a gorgeous combination. Guys, here is another perennial I picked up. This is pincushion. Look at that purple. Oh my gosh, that is so lovely. I really love the look of cottage gardens. So you'll see that that look and feel in many of the gardens here at Lilybrook. I think it's whimsical and beautiful and peaceful. So I pick a lot of those types of flowers for my gardens. I'm curious if you've grown any of these flowers in your flower beds and what your favorites are. Let's chat about it in the comment section below. I'd love to talk with you gardening friends. If you have any flowers I may not have thought of that would look good with this combination, please let me know below. On a side note, we do have a pond here at Lilybrook, and it brings all sorts of wildlife to us. And the geese had their goslings today. We call them little fuzzbutts. They're so fuzzy and so adorable. I'm gonna see if I can take a video for you guys from far enough away that the geese don't feel intimidated that I'm near their babies, so that you guys can see them because they're so cute. So I'll see if I can do that a little later in the video, so stay tuned. Now that I'm done being distracted by the adorable wildlife that spring brings, let's lay out the plants here in the first gardening room and get an idea of where I want everything to go. It's actually starting to look like a garden, guys. Very exciting. So I'm going to move these perennials closer to the front of the bed so that I have room to plant the vines when they get here. And then of course this half circle is all sun, so I planted the tallest things in the back, and the supertunias will go here so they spill over the front. When it starts to become part shade, I have an endless summer hydrangea. Now they do get pretty big, so I want to make sure I give it room to do that, but I will fill in this gap with something. I have a box full of shade loving plants that I forgot to mention before. Like, look at these begonias. Aren't those so gorgeous? Look at this one. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Oh, and look at this one over here, guys. It looks like a rose. Isn't that beautiful? So I also picked up a bunch of coleus because those do really good in my garden. And this particular variety here, they get really big in my garden. They get, usually, it seems like they get even taller than 36 inches, but they get pretty big by 24 inches. So I figured I'd fill in this dappled sun area here with coleuses, and then fill in some more of the shaded area. It's starting to get a little sunny, so you can kind of see, with the begonias. I would love to get a couple of hostas for in here too, but my garden center near me was all out. Maybe that's because I bought some the other day, and by some I mean a bunch. If you want to check out my video with my shade garden that I planted a couple of days ago, you can find that video on my channel. You'll see how many I bought. It was so many. It was such a huge space though. So I got them when they were little. I got little ones, so they weren't very expensive, and just filled that entire bed with them. But I want to pick up a couple of hostas for that back corner as well. But it's starting to look really good. Oh, and these I have to find a place for too. Those are 2 stray dianthus that need to get into the ground. One thing I had forgotten about was I was thinking about putting a bird bath in the middle of this garden. And I picked up this little metal bird bath used. And please forgive me, guys, I'm just learning how to mosaic, okay? So if you're really an amazing mosaic artist, you know, we are all beginners at one point. But I took some broken china. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I took some broken china and I mosaicked the inside of it. I do need to grout it again, I will say that, and just clean it up a bit. But I think it actually came out really cute, and I'm thinking about putting it in the garden in here as a focal point. So I want to try that first before I plant, so I leave room for it. I'm thinking about putting it right in the center of this circle bed. I don't know if it's going to look good, but I definitely want to try it and see. If it doesn't, I can find another spot for it, but I definitely want to try and see, especially since these plants get a little bit larger. Guys, I think they could be a really pretty focal point. What do you guys think? Now remember, these are going to get pretty tall in the back, and these will grow up pretty tall back here as well, so it'll fill in really nicely around the bird bath. But I think that could be a really cute focal point. So let's dig in some plants, guys. As I said, I already composted this gardening bed and rototilled it all in, so it is primed and ready for my plants. Wow, guys, this is so exciting to see all these beautiful flowers planted in here. Oh my goodness, look at that. The daisies are gorgeous. This is so exciting. We still have 6 more rooms to go inside this labyrinth, including the huge middle room. But I I'm so excited to see this, guys. I can't wait for, about 4 weeks, and these will all be filled in. The coleus will get nice and bushy and green, and the supertunias will fill all in and spill over the stone. And I did leave this back section empty for the hostas I want to put in there. And I was thinking I could put some kind of like flowering climber back there that likes dappled sun. And you guys can see right now too a good example of what this is getting in here. So it's really a mixed bag when it comes to the sun, because the sun finally came out today. So I have, full sun, full sun, full sun, and then all of a sudden over here you're getting into more shade. So just in this one bed, there are so many lighting situations, like even here in this front part, because of how the actual walls are built, it's creating shade here, but here is full sun, so I was able to pop in some supertunias there, and then of course there back there dappled sun and then shade for the better part of the day. But guys, this is really exciting. I still have a bunch of plants left too, quite a bit actually, so I can start filling in another bed. But I wanted to show you, there's this little cute corner over here, and I have a plan for that too in this room. Don't mind the lawnmower sound, guys. I do actually live in a neighborhood, even though I'm on 7 acres, and my neighbor is mowing his lawn right now. So here is, when you walk in the room, what it looks like. You have the bed here. Here's the plants I didn't use. And then, because on the outside of the labyrinth, we built these little jut-ins, if you will, for the 4 seasons, it created this unique little space. So because, as you can see, it's, part shade, what I want to do is get a thrifted, probably pretty beat up chair that's not worth saving for anything else, and create one of those moss chairs. Have you guys ever seen those? I think that's going to come out, that urn right there. It's just being stored right there. I don't know why, but that's going to come out, and then I'm going to put that moss chair in there, and I just think it'll be a really neat little interesting piece in here. And then of course, once all the walls grow up with different vines, I'm going to hang things on the wall as well. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you spending time with me today in room number 1 of the Labyrinth. So excited to see that grow in. If you like these very unique garden spaces, you may want to also consider checking out the garden behind me, and that is our sunken garden that we made from an old gross pool that became ours when we bought this house. We made a video about this, and I think you may enjoy it, so be sure to check it out. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm headed down to the pond to see if I can take a video for you guys of those adorable goslings. So guys, thank you again for watching. Bye.